Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We are playing with the Ashes of Malmouth expansion as a Necromancer, ritualist to be specific. And today we're venturing forth into the Ugdenbog itself. It definitely looks boggy. So let's see what enemies we will find here. Does have a different feel to it. It seems more open, more bright light. These are swamp yetis, I suppose. Leaf main alpha. Oh, those are quest items. So at some point someone will want one. Okay, so they do slow you down, making it more difficult to make quick tactical retreats. Definitely something to keep in mind for the inevitable fight with a heroic or boss monster of this kind. Okay, so far minions are doing rather well. Though most of these enemies are much less over the top than what we've seen before. Ooh, basilisks. I mean, they're not plants that explode for like damage to half the screen. So, oh, that's good. Venom gaze bile. Again, quest item, so someone would want one of those. And look, some boots. Probably fits with one of the faces that we saw before. And something. Torso. And some wards. Basilisks. Suspect they will use petrify quite a bit. Now a variation of the stun effect. And level 50. I wonder if this is going to be one of the last ones where we get 3 points per level, because I remember at some point it switched so you only got 2 points per level after a certain point, and I think level 50 was it. So let's see. Yeah, we were putting points into Mogdragon's Pact. Yeah, for now let's actually just focus on maximizing some skills and ignoring the bar for a... No, actually no. 1 point per level for the bar, 2 points for the skills. That's stay consistent. So otherwise it's always easy to keep finding excuses to not put points into your mastery bar, and then in the end you won't maximize it. No, you can get away with not maximizing it, and you just need to get your stats and health from other places, but no, maximizing 2 mastery bars is an easy way to just get a base level of attribute points and health and things like that. Okay, so for this quest we only need 1 of each, because we can't pick up another of these venom gaze biles. Okay, bunch of pretty flowers around it, and for a change the flowers aren't trying to kill us. That's a welcome change. That looks like a path. And then the path is broken. Okay, that doesn't really help us. So for now let's have a look at the bottom side. We trigger something? Looks like we triggered something. Hello, moss flinger. Oh god, those things again. They definitely flung stuff around.
That skill's not ready.
Luckily we killed them before they could get to their work. So what is it that is throwing the poison around here? It's almost like the poison is alive here. Come on. Minions, come on. Get out of the poison. You can use pet attack just on the ground in order to send your minions there. Definitely works if they're standing in a place that is a little bit suicidal. Also helps to just focus them on a single target. For example, if you want to make them attack the training dummies in town to see what they're gonna do for attacking, things like that. That's pet attack is, I think, the only way to actually get pets to attack training dummies. Okay, so those Wendigos definitely leech some life, or that's just a Wendigo totem. That could very well be. Wendigo totem does get its name from somewhere, of course. A dwelling entrance. Okay, let's just put on a portal and see who's home. Knock knock. Genaxia's den. Wraiths, okay. A den implies a beast of sorts. Wonder if it could be one of those Medusa basilisk things that we saw outside. Seriously? My ability to... Oh, I need to stand on top of it to click it, because otherwise the casting of Devouring Swarm won't break a corpse. Okay. Minions, please move forward a little bit. Okay, that's a very welcome warding thing. Definitely says hello. Genaxia. Let's fight, I suppose. Genaxia the Betrayer. Okay. Seems like it's what more of a witch rather than anything scary. Good thing is the minions could handle her. Did lose some of the minions in the beginning. One of the permanent pets went down, but in the end that was a fixable problem. And a boatload of loot. That is welcome. Rotting corpse. More loot. Corpses are very, very good sources of loot. Probably on the same tier as the high-end treasure chests. And much more difficult to spot. Okay. Another human remains, so we stand on top and we kick it. That is how we roll, no respect for the dead. Which seems odd for a Necromancer, but let's see, what did we get? Shade leather leggings, +2 to Night's Chill. And some bonuses to pierce and cold damage, so that's a Nightblade for you. Hinterland breastplate has a fireball built into it. Well, that's probably the scorching end part of it. Ring of scorching runes. Oh, pierce resist, elemental resist. Bit of damage, bit of health, bit of everything. Cast bolts. Ugdenbog storm strive of frostbite. +1 summon limit to storm totem, which I believe is something that we could be summoning at some point, especially with the vitality conversion, but yeah, that's potential future stuff. For now, let's focus on the task at hand, because I do have the habit of occasionally getting distracted by new and shiny things, and especially by all kinds of new and shiny ideas. Okay, oh, we have some straggler pets. Another torso. And blah, lots of poison. Well, at least the minions are following, so that is good. It's a small branch leading north. Wonder if there's something interesting over here. Ugdenbog, crab, and a carnivorous plant. I had to say it earlier, right? Like, hey, there's no more plants. Yeah, there's still plants. They were just a little bit away. There's a very small casting range on the Wendigo totem, which I guess it makes sense because we're probably, you know, planting down the totem rather than summoning a totem. But it does make it more difficult to summon it further away if... No, I don't really want to be in melee range.
Skill's not ready.
Yay, and the poison is back. All the poison. Okay, this looks like just a separate path. Wonder if there's something in the middle here. If there's some reason why there's a big split. Or if it's just no part of the terrain. Oh. Ferocious. Something. Ferocious Swifts. And he's no more. Reputation bonus with Homestead. And a reputation with the Coven of Ugdenbog. Also known as our bodies from a bit earlier. Okay, this is getting annoying. That I just can't open things when I'm standing next to them. Really, do I need to have the standard weapon attack here? Yeah, okay. That's a little broken. Oh well. Means murder that one. Okay, so those Oakton blooms are dropping in decent quantities. That seems like a way forward. So for now, let's backtrack. They're dropping in decent quantity. So I hope that's an indication that whatever requires them for crafting is not going to end up using like dozens of them at a time. It might very well be. Because that would be another explanation of why they're dropping so frequently. Big ritual site, but nothing really interactable. Last little bit, oh, and an ambush. Spiteful Wraith. Last little bit, and it almost looks like you could go here, but this is actually water, not swamp. Okay. And that is that part of the Ugdenbog covered. So there's the house, or the den, and for the rest you can just head north. And beware of the poison clouds, especially for your pets. Stray hand. Okay, let's put down a Wendigo totem here. Okay, lost one skeleton there. And permanent pets nearly half died.
I can't do that yet.
This leads to a side row, side area, next area. Again, difficult to discern that. Once we're clear with the area, we know. Okay, so those alphas, they hurt. Well, the Yeti variations also hurt quite a bit in the snowy areas. So it stands to reason that these hurt as well. And yeah, we're losing
Can't
skeletons
do that
again.
yet.
Yeah, that's probably just gonna have to be the way things are when we're dealing with the plants. Okay, that's a path that leads up. Small path that leads to the side. Okay, it's more and more starting to feel like this is the way forward rather than the way just a side room. Geographically, no, we're supposed to push to the top right. So this ought to be the way forward. So I think we'll eventually start looping back. So let's just continue on this current path and we'll just see. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Scary things behind us. So focused on the plants ahead, I completely missed that all kinds of monstrosities popped out of the floor. Okay, wraiths. Oh, you don't really see those coming, of course. Being all ghostly and scary and creepy. Okay, but we have slowly gone back to more of a creepy dark place. Even though it is all wide open, it's gloomy as heck. It might be nighttime. But it definitely has much more of the vibe of the creepier parts of the gloom vault. Just nothing seems to light up. Let's just double check the edges of the area here. Could be that it's actually a single room. Okay. There are links back and there's stuff ahead. So for now, I'll just keep pushing towards the top left. Because, as I say, I suspect we'll start bending back and it almost feels like we have indeed reached the place that is furthest to the left. So I know once we have traced the outlines of the area, then we can just go to the rooms where we haven't been yet and just color those in. I found that that works pretty well as a strategy for exploring new areas. Okay, lost 3 skellies, and that's it. Ooh, waypoint. Wonderful. I like waypoints. Just gonna blindly run towards it. Hello. That is supposed to be in the middle of the Ugdenbog, so that is pretty darn lovely. That also marks this as one pretty scary large area. Okay, lots of poison explosions again. It's kind of interesting that a lot of the enemies here being plants. Also, plants with lots of AoE things going on. It's almost like the environment itself is our enemy here, not just actual animals or monsters in here. Which does give it a different vibe than some of the other places, because that was all distinctly... you had all distinct enemies there. Okay, there's a corpse with a little bit of loot.
That skill's not ready.
More big things that I probably don't want to stand toe to toe with. Wonderful. Oop. Leave main alpha. Cool. Let's just look at it. This is a scary large area. Some folks had mentioned that it was big, but well, there's big and then there's this size. I think this might be one of the larger areas in the game now. If this is all, no, if all of this in here actually has rooms or however you want to call it. I mean, if it all just circles around a big lake, then no, it might look larger than it actually is. Okay, top left. Okay. More plants, yay. And bleh, more plants. We did skip something over to the left here, so let's go back. I guess one of the downsides of this area as compared to some of the previous areas is because this is such a large nature area, there's not a lot of interesting things about it. It's just a big swamp or big forest, but you have done maybe like one in a very large area instead of all kinds of little markers that have human things behind them. Because in the end, the humans and their stories, they're interesting. But no plants attacking you. Yeah, sure, but a plant is a plant. But you can't let a plant drop like a lore book of why the plant wanted to attack you, or what crazy circumstances drove that plant to go out and attack people, because, well, plants don't write diaries. Would be odd if plants did. But, oh well, there's some folks here, so let's have a chat with them. Help, please. You have to get us out of here before those things come back. I've been looking for you. The Coven sent me. Bless the three, someone came. These fiends set a trap for us, like we were animals. They appear to be eating people. This cage was tighter before you got here. I can open a rift and send you to the refuge. Please, whatever it takes, just get us out of here. There you go. So, we have some folks to report on. Some wraiths. So I'm very curious once we make it through this swampy place, and once we get to Malmouth itself, know what the expansion is named after. That's a city. That has plenty of opportunity for stories and lore and for all kinds of interesting things. That might be a personal thing. No, personally I don't really care that much about plants and the wonders of nature, so to say. Some people are really fascinated by it. Personally, it doesn't really do much for me. So it could be that now, if you're a big fan of all things in nature, that this is wonderful for you. But yeah, I wouldn't... If, the size of the content so far. If you just go back from the start. So we had the Gloom Vault. We had some houses there. Had some things happened there. That was alright. A little stretched out, but it was alright. Then the next bits. Now we had one large area with just the inn. I think that was it. Then the camp. And now just a huge swamp with just a single house in there. And well, we still have yet to see how this all intertwines. Huh. Waypoint. Another waypoint. Interesting. So that almost makes me wonder if this was more of a vertical area then instead of a horizontal one. Voracious plants. And we lost most of the minions here. Let's just resummon the larger pets here. Okay. So this is the Barrelholm Rift. We had the Ugdenbog Rift. There's an ancient grove off to the side. But if Barrelholm is where we need to go, then for now let's actually keep that one where it is and let's backtrack. I said I want to uncover every bit of every area. No matter how... no matter if I really like it or not. It is good to have seen everything at least once. So then, next time you can go through a little bit more efficiently. At least just knowing that, stick to the left. That gets you to the top, that is useful to know. So it prevents you from randomly wandering around. Ancient sarcophagus. That was what the race were guarding. Oh, and there's more race guarding it. Wonderful. This charm seems to be active. All kinds of shiny effects happening around it. And a ruin entrance. Okay. Let's just walk around a little bit. And there we go in. Have a look at, see, ooh, 2 heroes. Ghoul the Storm Shell ×2. That's interesting. Most of the time you get different heroes, and if you see something again, then you see them a bit later on. But no, the same hero twice, just standing next to each other is a new thing. Let's see, some quest item stuff. Let's put that one in a bag. Ugdenbog, a waste guard, cold, poison and bleed resistance. A bunch of energy. Might not be bad if you need more energy. With an active caster, that's always good. Let's check out the ruins. Tomb of Ugdal. Hey, and there is a shrine down here. Wonderful. That is of course one of the nice upsides of the expansion. More areas in the game means more locations where shrines can be. Which means that it becomes effectively easier to obtain all the devotion points, even if the maximum has been raised from 50 to 55. You can effectively get to the max earlier now. Blueprint for the Dread Mask of Gurgoth, which is a purple legendary caster helm where it gives +3 to storm totem, +2 to mortar trap, lightning bolt on attack, and a bunch of bonus damage to all damage, lightning, and some elemental resist. Okay, 4% skill cooldown reduction on helmets. Most of the time, skill cooldown is something you find on offense, but outside of that, it is pretty difficult to obtain. So this is a nice one. 5 ancient hearts, a scroll, Killian shattered soul, gravestone, and a sanctified bone to craft it. Not even that expensive considering it is a purple. Brawler's gloves, knockout, 8% chance to be used. Just a very heavy hit that has internal trauma, bleeding, and a knockdown. Funny. Hey. So, the devotion points, we got them, we spend them. That's how we roll. Pets have 20% vitality resistance now. That is always nice. More resistances are better. Crumbling wall. Well, my swarms don't knock down walls. But, I don't know, it starts to feel like we might run into a boss fight here. So, let's actually put down a portal behind me just to be safe. Ugdenbog. Writings of Yevlinis. We hoped that prayer and ritual would protect us, that distance would play in our favor. But even in these remote temples, the hubris of our oligarchs and the grand deception of the Necromancer finds us. This is a reference to Arcovia, I think, because they were ruled by the oligarchs and the Necromancer is of course Uruburuk, the Grand Necromancer. I watch as the elders of my order descend hopelessly into endless madness, and the youngest amongst us pray for death that will never come. But I find power in eternity. I focus my mind on ancient texts, rituals, learnings of those who came before. There's more knowledge than even immortality will permit me to retain. And so, as my body fails me, I pray only that my mind sustains. Where a ritual that bound us to this cursed fate exists, there must also be knowledge that will undo our cruel bounds. Time is on my side. I will find the answers. Okay. Yevlinis. Ugdenbog. Let's say hello. Hello. Madness. It cannot be. A living thing I sense. And yet, been so long. So long. How can I know what is real and what is not if I cannot feel? Leave me, lest I grow tired of this torture. Are you trapped here? Were I to be set free? What a forlorn dream. Bound to these stones for eternity, I will find no rest in the great dark beyond the veil. But you, if you are real, you are not as I am. You can leave, you can touch, you can fight. Please, mortal, with a powerful enough soul as a vector, I may be able to pierce through the veil and pass on from this torment. No need to slaughter the innocent. Bring me the twisted spirit of a most ancient and powerful Wendigo. Okay, so how were you trapped here? Many moons, Arcovia, Necromancer, rage, revenge. So, we've had a couple of dungeons already where there was something trapped inside, and if we freed it, things went very poorly for those around it. I think I'm gonna take my chances here anyway. I will help you, spirit. We need to collect a Wendigo spirit. And no, just help ourselves to the treasures. He's a spirit after all, he's not gonna need the treasures. Wonderful. So I wonder if any old Wendigo spirit will do here, or if we need to get a specific one. Well, we still have quite a bit of the area to discover, so who knows where a Wendigo spirit might be hiding. Lots and lots of plants. And it's quiet. Ah, lost one of our skeletons still. Oh guys, get out of the poison, really. Come on. I definitely would not mind having the AI have a little bit more of a sense of self-preservation. So, no, if there's like ground effects, that they sidestep the ground effects. That alone would be enough. On the other hand, now I am the Necromancer. These are mindless minions, so you could make the argument that, well, they are mindless. What do you expect? They will just remain standing there until they die. But the Briarthorn is not a dead thing. So for the living, for the non-undead pets, that excuse does not go up.
Can't do that yet.
Oh, and it seems like we lost all the skeletons. Let's let's re-summon the army. Okay, there's a little bit that we skipped in the center. Well, then again, if we're probably gonna go around, we can go back through the center. That's all right. So, are there any more hidden treasures and treats in this place? Okay, a bunch of crab things. Anything here? Nope. South we continue. Oh. This is a broken bridge. It looks like a bridge, looks like it's passable, but in reality it is not. So it looks like it's pretty much sectioned off. Every time you find these ladder transitions, that's probably going to be a sign that you just have to backtrack and clear out the rest of the area if you want, because you're leaving a place. Anything here? Nothing. Okay. Ooh, looks like another house of sorts is there. Larias then. So that might be another betrayer or whatever this one is gonna be. Okay, this is a dead end. Ooh, a cave. Not really clearly marked on the map, so potentially very interesting and maybe very dangerous as well. The undergrowth. Wait, stop flailing about. I said stop flailing about, you silly tree roots. Okay, so the biggest challenge logistically here is just to put the Wendigo totem down, since it has to happen rather close to myself. So that means I need to be close to the danger, at least initially, to put down the totem. Okay. Hello there, carnivorous plants and poisonous bloom. Nothing over there. Wonderful. Okay, this place might not be entirely skeleton friendly. Also, yeah, probably want to stay mobile so you don't get hit by those attack waves either. Okay, that's cleared up. Big pets are still there. Skeletons need obvious resummoning, and there is another shrine. Now that is wonderful. So you do have to go out of your way to look for them here. Which, well, I guess that's nice. Wait, stop flailing. I said stop flailing. I mean, you can attack me, I can't attack you. That's just simply not fair. Also, Titania Steelskin Defender. So let's keep the fight on this side. Okay. Yeah, some minions are stuck here. I suspect pathfinding is never going to be the game's greatest asset. But it doesn't matter. Eventually we get where we want to be. Boatload of green items and another devotion point. So that takes us to 30 points total. 40% pet damage, 8% pet health and 30% to my own. And one more point until Bismiel's command. Which is going to give us another temporary pet, actually, 20 seconds. Out of 60. Okay, and there we are. Ooh, being guarded by a plant.
That skill's not ready.
Or being walled off by a plant, I should say. Wait, you're not one of my pets. Get away from me.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, so the ground slam, it is relatively well telegraphed, so you can get away from it. If you're not being completely distracted by other things. Oh man, another one of those flailing roots. Wonderful. Stop shooting at me. Okay, I think this is the last bit. Oh, lots of loot suddenly, which is a good thing. Alright, there's one more room. Ugdenbog, Oak Grove. Actually seems to keep going on and on. Wonder what else there's going to be hiding in here. Maybe a nice boss fight or something with an interesting purple. Oh, hehe. Silvaria, Queen of the Undergrowth.
That skill's not ready.
So you are the leader of all those things that kill my skeletons. Yeah, it's probably going to be among the tougher fights then. Oh, at least if we put down the Wendigo totem, then we have a source of healing that works for most minions as well as myself. Creep spirits. That's a lot of damage suddenly. Stop doing lots of damage suddenly. Here. Be attacked by my pets. And that one's gone as well. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Oh, come on. Stop hiding those corpses, you silly brutes. Really wants me to invest in a flamethrower or something, just to mow down those silly root things. Let's see, what did we get from this? Chill Blaze. Frostburn, cold damage, slow target, fist to cold conversion, offensive ability, reduced freeze duration, Rune of Hagerat and biting cold. And over here, Word of Inquisitor Abalon. Ooh, interesting. +1 to all skills in Inquisitor, +2 to drain essence, which is a Necromancer skill. 101% vitality damage, a bunch of elemental damage, vitality decay, vitality damage converted to elemental damage. Health, energy regen, cast speed and cooldown. If you're playing a caster Inquisitor, this is probably going to be pretty cool. If you're playing a Necro Inquisitor, probably going to be even cooler. So for a little side area that we just happened to see, this is a very nice one. Oh, Devotion Shrine, boss fight in the end. That's ingredients for a good little dungeon. I approve of the undergrowth. Slowly just regrowing our skeleton army. And then it is time for the next, because yeah, it was another den. Wonderful. So just put a portal outside here and then have a quick look. Laria's den. So those totems actually hurt, so I guess they're for warding off intruders. Any kind of intruders. Hey, you are not instantly hostile. Okay, that gives me a little bit of an opportunity to just investigate. The terrain definitely is not friendly. Well, we can see.
I don't know who you are, but please leave.
So what you doing here? That's none of your concern.
I don't know who you are.
Ooh, that's almost like a portal with all the swirling. Okay, could be that we have to return here at some point for some other quests. At least we found it. And I think that there's a little bit over there that we haven't explored yet. So, no, for the sake of completeness, let's walk over there and have a quick look. Well, quick is a relative thing, right? Let's just have a look. Yeah, might as well just recast the big pets, because their health was a little on the frayed side. And yeah, the middle path, that was the one we hadn't walked yet. But we're still looking for a Wendigo spirit. Could be that we already killed all the Wendigo spirits, that's completely possible as well. Basilisks, spike shells. Oh, ghostly spike shells. But that does clear things out. Okay, so we got the waypoint where we can start next episode to go to Barrowholm. Apparently ancient grove was the undergrowth. So let's go back to town and have a chat with the protector. Now that we have brought in some people. You. It seems that we owe you a debt of gratitude. The sisters you found while out in Ugdenbog have all returned safely, thanks to you. You're welcome. Okay, so what do we get? Reputation, scrap, and a severed claw. Okay. They've already suffered under the Empire. They deserve a better life. Getting devoured by those beasts would have been a cruel end. Thank you. And here, my end of the deal. As promised. Glad they're safe now. Okay. Then the new folks can be spoken with. Leora Carnes. Thanks, Salal, you found us when you did. I saw those things rip a man apart and devour him. Sure, it wouldn't have been long before it was my turn. So, what were they? Some of them looked almost human, or what used to be human. I'm not too familiar with curses, but perhaps that is what's happening here? Well, at least you should be safe here. I know the Coven will protect us, but I just can't stand to think about those ghastly things coming after us again. So you're a new recruit? Yes, like the others you saved. We were called here. The three have become silent. This is a reference to the hidden path, I think. How can you say such things when it is their guidance that kept me alive all these years? I would be nothing if not for the blessings of Solal. If it makes you feel better. Because I think it was in the hidden path, now especially with the Temple of the Three, just everything having been murdered there. That kind of silenced things. And I think there was even some bit of explicit lore in there of some of the cultists just going mad because the gods were no longer speaking with them. So let's see if Anaria says anything that has to do with it. Thank you for saving us, but this place gives me the creeps. I think coming here was a mistake. You seem a little upset. Do I? Guess I should try to sound more appreciative. The people here are very kind to me, but I just don't think I can handle it. This place is creepy enough during the day, and at night you can hear the wailing of gods know what's out in the bog. It's terrible. Well, at least you're safe now. Suppose you're right. It's better than being stuck out there in a cage. Thank you again for saving us. Glad I could help. Okay. Matron Malostria. I think she didn't want to talk to us at first. Maybe now she does.
Assistant, aren't you? Very well. You may remain here for the time being. Perhaps we will find a use for you yet.
What can I do to help?
For me? Nothing I suspect you can handle. Speak to Garadia. She might have something for you.
Goodbye. So I suspect this is part of a main quest. Garadia is up on the platform there. La di da di da.
I do not sense the Ugdenbog fetish in your presence. Why have you returned?
Okay. Nothing new here. That's odd. Or maybe this was just a little bit of dialogue that got unlocked after speaking with some others, but ties in weirdly with things. Okay. Nothing new from Evok. Hey, there's a Ralia down there. What do you have to say? Yeah, also nothing new. Okay, well, then this is going to be another good point to call it the end of an episode. We walked through... Oh, wait. We actually skipped bits, didn't we? There's a bit here we skipped. Those. Man. Okay, I'm slowly starting to understand the frustration of some folks with this area, because it is huge. And who knows what's in here? It might be the Wendigo spirit. You know what? This episode has been going on for way too long. So So for now, I'm going to simply thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you again next time when we go over to Barrowholm. For now, we'll just skip this. If it turns out this is important, we'll go back to it later. For now, let's see what we can do with the story in Barrowholm. Bye bye.